Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Today's story, in my opinion, is a pretty crazy and funny one. I hope you enjoy this. Leave a like if you do, and we're going to jump right into it. This story time takes place when I was 16 years old. Now, I was doing this thing at the time that wasn't healthy for my body or my mind at all, and I would never recommend doing. I would go to my friend's house on school nights. I'd either sneak out or somehow get permission from my parents to sleep there, and I would stay there and just stay up all night with him and my other friend. We'd pull all nighters and then go to school together, and we wouldn't sleep. And not only that, they would mix that with getting high or drinking together and shit like that. Now, I didn't drink when I'd hang out with them because I cannot handle that at all. But they would sometimes, and sometimes I would smoke with them. And yeah, just in general, it would lead to just a really shitty morning. And it's not the best headspace to be in when you're going into a, learning environment to, be coming down from being high or tired or anything like that. So yeah, don't do that. But anyway, one night I'm at my friend's house. It's like a Thursday night. We're excited for Friday because after that we can hang out all weekend and just do whatever we want. And we could sleep in for however long we wanted to. So yeah, we were stoked for that. And me and my friends were hanging out in my homie's basement. We're playing Skate 3. They're smoking. I smoked a little bit, but not a lot because I didn't want to get super blasted and then, be really, really just high all night and anxious. So, I smoked a little bit. I'm sitting there with my friends on the couch, and it gets to be like 4 in the morning. And my friend's like, yo, y'all want to smoke some more? I was like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm done for the night. And my other friend was like, yeah, man, I'm good. Because it was like 4, almost 4:30, and we had to get up and start getting ready for school like 6 in the morning. So by that time, we would feel really burnt out. Like, we were already feeling burnt out. So I know if I would have smoked any more, I would have been so done. So yeah, we say no. And, fast forward to about 5:30 in the morning, my friend's like, yo, I'm starving. Y'all want breakfast? And I was like, yes, that would be awesome. And my other friend was like, yes, please. So then my friend's like, all right, cool, I'll make eggs. How do you guys like your eggs? I'm like, over easy, please. And my other friend's like, same here. He's like, all right, cool, I'll be back. And he goes upstairs and starts making eggs. And now me and my friend are stoked. We're like, all right, we're getting breakfast, like, made for us. We're playing Skate 3. This has been a successful night. Like, it's going to be an easy as fuck day, right? Yeah, not so much. So my friend comes back downstairs like 20 minutes later, and he has eggs, hash browns, and then a brownie on the plate. And I thought nothing of it because this was not the first time that he would serve us stuff like this. He always had like little Debbie snacks in his house and like homemade brownies that his mom would make and like cookies. And he never ate edibles or anything like that. So I didn't even have a thought in my mind that it could be an edible. And like, plus, that thought didn't cross my mind because my friend was such a solid dude, or at least I thought he was, that he would never like slip us that. So me and my friend, we ate all of this food, including the brownies whole, and our friend starts giggling at us after we finish. And I'm like, what? What's so funny? He's like, yeah, you know that food we all just ate? Yeah, there was an edible in it. And I was like, haha, man, very funny. Like, I thought he was kidding. He's like, no, that brownie you just ate was an edible. Like, I made him like 4 days ago. And I started laughing again because I think he's kidding. And I'm like, dude, you're not fooling anyone. That tasted like a normal brownie. Because usually you can taste when it's like an edible, it has like a weed taste to it. This tasted like a normal ass homemade brownie or a store bought like snack brownie. So I thought nothing of it. And I keep arguing with him, and he's like, nah, man, I made it 4 days ago. Like, I must have just did a really good job for you to not taste it. So now me and my friend start getting pissed. Like, I'm getting really mad. My friend's super angry. He's like, yo, if you just slip me an edible and I start getting high on the way to school and I have to be high through my whole morning at school, I'm going to mix my shit in with a bunch of cookie dough and then make you fucking eat it. And I was like, all right, dude, chill out. Like, relax. He's probably kidding. And my friend goes, nah, man, I'm not kidding. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I thought you would like this. And that's when I started getting angry because I believed him. I'm like, yo, if you're telling the truth, I'm dead ass never going to talk to you again. He's like, oh, man, I'm sorry. Like, so be it. I'm like, all right, man, fuck you. And I get my stuff, I get ready quick, and I leave. I start walking to school. And the both of them follow behind me like 10 minutes later. They ran up to me. And we're walking to school. We're both pissed at my friend for slipping us brownies. And by the time we get to school, it kicks in. And I sit down in my first period class, and everything feels like it's vibrating, and I'm getting not so sober. And of course, this is one of the only classes that I have assigned seats in. So I'm sitting in the front row with this random girl, and this teacher comes up to the screen and starts pointing at stuff and teaching, and I just have my hands over my head, and I'm staring down at the wooden desk, just thinking about how terrible this situation is. And I'm just lost in thought. I'm thinking of all these outcomes that could happen. I'm thinking of how I feel at the moment. And then next thing I know, I hear Austin. And I look up, and my teacher's like, hello? And I'm like, what? And everyone starts laughing, so I wasn't paying attention. And she goes, "Are you just not paying any attention? Like, did you even hear my question?" And I was like, "No, I'm sorry." And I look her in the eyes, and she looks at me, and she can just see it. And she goes, "All right, look, you're clearly tired. Go up to the office, sit up there for the rest of the period, and just relax." So I get up, I grab my things, I walk out of the room, and I start heading upstairs towards the office. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, that was really nice of her. Like, she saw that I looked tired, and she's sending me to the office to relax. But then I thought about it, and I was like, wait a minute. The main office is also where the principal office is. It's like right there connected to it. And same with the counselor's office. And both of those people, if they see that my eyes are super red and that I'm acting strange, they'll probably suspend me. So I get up to the main office, and one of the ladies in there is like, "What are you doing up here?" And I was like, "Oh, I just got sent up here by my teacher. She said to sit up here for the rest of the period because I seemed way too tired to be in class." And she was like, "Oh, that's an odd reason to be sent up here. Usually you have to be in trouble." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's strange." And she's like, "Well, she didn't call and warn us about you coming up here, so just sit at the seats and I'll call down for you." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm sitting there, and like 5 minutes later, of course, my principal walks in. I don't know if she was just late to school or like she was just, I don't know, doing something else. And she walks in and she sees me sitting there and she's like, "Austin, come in my office." And that's when I'm like, oh no, like this is not good right now. So I follow her into the office. I sit down and she's like, "Why are you in the office right now?" I was like, I got sent up here because I looked too tired and wasn't paying attention. So yeah, I'm just staying up here for the rest of first period. And she's like, "Did you do anything in class that was wrong?" I'm like, "Well, other than not pay attention, no." She was like, "All right, well, you clearly do look very tired. Do you want some coffee or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be great." And in my head, I'm thinking like, "Oh no, please don't get caught. Please don't get caught. Like, I cannot fuck this up right now. Like, I'm not trying to get suspended today." So she walks over to this coffee maker, makes me a cup of coffee and gives it to me. And I didn't really want to drink it because I was just going to make my anxiety even worse. But I wanted to so I would look less tired and, I could go about my day. But as soon as I start drinking the coffee, my principal just goes, "All right, Austin, I'm going to cut to the chase. Please be honest with me. Did you smoke any pot today before you came to school?" And I look at her with like these, deer in headlight eyes. And I'm like, "No." And technically I was telling the truth because I didn't smoke right before school. But I did ingest it a different way. But I said no, and she goes, "All right, look, you don't look tired. You look stoned. And I really think you are right now." And I was like, "Well, I didn't smoke." And she goes, "Oh, did you ingest it some other way?" And I was like, no." And she's like, "I don't believe that. And I think you don't believe that either." And I kind of like half smile at her, and she half smiles at me. And at this point, I have no idea where it's going. Either she's about to suspend me, or like just laugh it off and let me go, or give me detention for like a month straight. I don't know. And then she sighs, and then she like chuckles after sighing and goes, "Look, Austin, please, and I mean seriously, please, never do that again. Like, just don't touch anything before you come into school or at all. Like, you have such potential. Please don't mess it up." I'm like, okay. And she's like, "Seriously, do it for me. If not me, like, your future." I'm like, okay. And she goes, "All right, please just get out of here, go back to class and focus. Drink that coffee and focus." I'm like, "All right, I will." And I get up and I just leave. She didn't search my backpack. She didn't do anything else. And I was in disbelief that I didn't just get detention or suspended. I don't know why she was being so nice this day, because usually it would not go like that, but she was nice. I go back down to class. It was pretty much over at that point. And I get caught up on what happened. She tells me what I need to do, my homework. And I go to my second period, and then, third, and all the periods after that were totally somewhat normal. And I just kind of went about my day. And I told my friends at lunch about what happened. I was like, "Yo, fuck you for giving me that edible. I just got caught, basically." And my friends were like, "Yo, what happened?" And I was like, "Well, that edible you gave me, it kicked in on the way to school. And then when we got to school, I was in first period, high as fuck. And the teacher sent me to the office because I looked too tired to be in class and I wasn't focusing. And when I got up there, the principal saw me and she just knew. Like, she called me into her office and she just had a feeling I was high. And even though she couldn't prove it, she just knew and let me off with a warning." And my friend's like, "Yo, that's crazy." And my other friend, the one that also got the edible slipped in his food, he was like, "Yo, this has not been a good day for me either. Like, I've almost been caught quite a few times, I think." And I was like, "Why? What happened?" He's like, "I don't know, man. Like, every teacher just looks at me strangely. Like, they just give me this look of like they know." And me and my friend just look at him. We're like, "All right, you're probably paranoid, but still, like, I know what you mean." But yeah, in the end, everything was okay. I was really tired and out of it after the day was over, and I took a really long nap. Me and my one friend who ate the edible without knowing it was an edible stopped hanging out with our other friend who slipped us the edible, and we just kind of hung out with just each other after that because we didn't trust him anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story time. Moral of the story is, don't slip your friends any kind of drugs ever, and please don't do any before school. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
Feel like they can't afford me. These label meetings are boring. They want a piece of publishing. They want a piece of touring. Nah, nigga, Robert Horry. I'm keeping all my rings. All of that Henny pouring. It's probably why you do not have a thing. Feeling like Martin Luther. But now I don't sleep. I wake up when I have a dream.